Happy Saturday. So, I announced a couple streams ago, a couple weeks ago, I was working on a Windows port for my guitar training app Skitter that you see in a lot of my streams as I'm trying to suck less on guitar. And I just wanted to give an update today. Show off Skitter for the first time. This is running on Windows. I'm on my Windows computer. Now, yeah, it's probably going to look a whole lot like what you've seen before. But there are some differences. Some are subtle. Some are, well, I wouldn't say new features. Definitely making it more of a desktop app. I originally started Skitter as a mobile app. iPad, iPhone. And decided I would just do a low budget Catalyst port over to Mac, just so I could use it on the desktop. But the thing was, I built a lot of the UI behavior around mobile device, which carried over to the Mac. So to get started, just a couple things that I've changed. You'll notice there's less tabs up here. It's just practice, progress, and exercise. I've actually removed, well, I haven't removed it, I moved it. Tuner and settings is off in the upper right-hand corner. So there's tuner. And first thing you'll notice is that tuner is not its own view. All right, it's going to be a pop-up view over the existing one. So there's that. And then settings. And I need to set my interface actually. There it goes. So settings, same thing. Settings used to be its own view. I've updated that, so it's now a pop-up as well. And I'm actually liking what I did here on Windows. I'm going to eventually start porting over the same UI concepts to the desktop version on Mac. So it looks less like just an iPad app ported over, which it kind of is right now on the Mac. So I guess since I'm in the tuner, we'll just go through that real quickly. Ooh, sharp as hell. So just demonstrating everything working on Windows. We'll flip over to the standard tuner. For being a Mac to Windows port, I'm actually pretty happy with how this came out. If you ever used apps like, I don't know, I think Excel's a good example of this, where it started on Windows, started on one OS, got ported eventually to another one, and like Excel looks slick on Windows, looks like garbage on Mac. Functionally it works, but UI's hit or miss. So the port over to Windows, it honestly took a couple passes to get it looking reasonable. But I got it there. Yeah, let's go to settings here. Yeah, you can see some of my system defaults, but what else did I change? Yes. So, well, I mean, this is all the same, more or less. I'm going to rename this. When I release it, it's just going to say Skitter. This is developer options that I work with. But yeah, same thing, like going to user experience, right? Practice defaults. I should actually, see, display, data privacy. Okay, data and privacy and user experience. Let me get my notepad here. Have a real-time Q&A. I don't like how the UI is doing that. So let me take a couple notes here. Okay. So, UI inconsistency. So I took a lot that I learned from doing this when I built on a Mac. So when I poured on Windows, I wrote a tremendous amount of unit tests. What that means to the person that doesn't program is I was able to better automate a lot of the validation testing to make sure a lot of the backend libraries and tools are working, which for me reduces all of the manual, well, not all of it, a lot of the manual QA testing that I went through the first time when I built this app on Mac. So user experience, data and privacy. So it's helping me get to a release a lot quicker. All right, so a couple notes here. Data and privacy need to get adjusted. I also built out a simulated audio interface that when I run tests on it, it actually will try to be like a guitar. It will send tones through. And I was doing that to really stress test the grading engine. So I did that. Okay, so there's settings dialog. Updates with settings and tuner. Overall, it's the same preferences. Same, more or less layout and color. Progress, you're already familiar with this. Trophies used to be on the bottom on the Mac version. I didn't really like it, especially on the desktop. So on the iPad and phone, it's not bad. It's more condensed. The problem on the desktop is being wider. It was like the rows are just stretched out unnecessarily, didn't read very clearly. So I'm moving trophies up here. So if I click on that, it's just going to be a pop-up, and that will show you the trophies you've earned. The internet points for practicing, being a good boy or girl, and practicing guitar. So that's in place. Stress test a lot of this. So what I have in my developer settings, I can actually generate dummy trading data. So if I do dedicated for 1 year, right, just hit apply. And I gotta kind of refresh the interface. I should work on a refresh. It doesn't. I could. Let me make a note of that. Progress refresh. That normally won't be an issue when you're actually practicing. It's just this test data that I load in. So that's some backend scripts I have that populate the database and gives you an idea what this would look like. So I do feel this is kind of squashed though. Let's see the accuracy graph, squashed. Graph, squashed, circles. The points are squashed. Points, squashed. All right, so I'm going to fix that. That's kind of weird, isn't it? But everything else seems to be working the way I expect it to work. So that's doing pretty well. And there's really not a lot of changes here. This is, the exercises view, all the exercises. I mean, this was probably the easiest view to port over. There really wasn't much to do at all. Filters all work like they did before. So there's that. And actually, you know what's missing? I had a little reset button here on Mac OS. Exercises missing reset. So exercises missing reset. Okay, that's a minor one. That'll be easy to get back in. Just do it like that, and that's basically the reset. Okay, so what else changed since Mac when I poured this over? Well, again, I'm using less standalone views here. So when I click on an exercise, that comes up in a view like this, just like before. So this all should look pretty much the same as before. You have your presets, you have your tempo, all that jazz, starting fret, session length, all that. That part has not changed. As well as, if you want to create like a new template, that is a pop-up. As is new progression, a pop-up. Progression views are pop-ups. It feels kind of lacking. What the heck? Something feels off here. How'd that... I know I tested that one. Progression view is missing some settings. I know that I had stress tested that, so I don't know when that broke. There was a little bit more there last time. Template looks right. Yeah, this is really broken though. Well, that's a bummer. Or is that because it's a built-in? I think it's a built-in. We'll create one here in a second. I'm trying to remember my notes on this. I wasn't trying to do a complete one-to-one port. Like I wanted to get 90% over and then actually leave a window for changes, improvements in the app. So let's go to Classic Spider Walk. And I'm going to set my default preferences like I prefer. So grading. No accuracy. We'll go with that. All right, so now grading is on by default. Let us see how it goes. And a second. Something else I noticed. A few things here and there. Overall, I feel like I'm getting, I don't know, we'll see how these bug fixes go. I feel like I'm getting within a week of, getting this staged for the App Store. This will be on Windows App Store. Let me actually clean up my data here. All that test data, I want to get rid of that. Clear all, delete. So right now, just FYI, Mac OS, I used iCloud for all your backups. Now it just goes to your OneDrive folder, your documents. So that's going to be your cloud backup. If you're using your OneDrive, it's going to back up there. I'm not supporting Dropbox just yet. Okay, so back here, and let's give it a shot. That was a rough start. Let me actually turn down my volume. That was a bit loud. Maybe not for you, but it was for me. Let's see. Refresh not working either. Spacebar worked, but let's see. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. 4. That feels squashed, doesn't it? That graph feels way off. I don't like that. All right. Grading summary needs to be fixed. Summary is squashed. The thing I gotta look up too is check if Mac has. I've heard that Windows has more audio latency than Mac. Grading summary squash. So I got that. I mean, I'm just kind of off there. I feel like, I don't know. I was actually practicing earlier on my Mac. It's doing just fine. There might be an issue I need to look at for latency between operating systems. Windows latency. Okay. Well, that was a bit rough. Turn this off. So one reason I did tuner and settings the way I did, let me go into this. Let's say you want to stop mid-session and tune. You can do it, and it doesn't take you out of the view anymore. Same thing if you want to change settings. That used to take you to a whole other view. So now you still see your fretboard. So that works. So I did verify that tab notation do work. Oops, refresh it. 2, 3, 4. I turn off grading. Let me go back here. I should be on. Let's flip over to tab, just play through tab. Actually, let me stop this. And I want to just do 1 minute. Flip over to tab. Oops, I hit stop. Damn it. I'm having a day. I'm having a day. I guess it did what it was supposed to do. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, those aren't showing up right. 2, 3, 4. It's showing the wrong glyphs. It's showing the finger glyphs and not the grading glyphs. Okay, so gotta fix that. Tab. Grading glyphs. Okay, we know how that's going. So over rotation. 2, 3, 4. No, I don't have glyphs on this intentionally. I, 'cause 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 Okay, that's mostly the practice. The exercises are working. I'm gonna do one more just for fun. Go to major triad. We'll do it in C for 1 minute. 3, 4. All right, that went okay. All right, so yeah, just a quick sanity check on other exercises. Seems to work. Let's jump out to practice. I'll check out the built-ins later. Going to do is do one of my favorites here. I was doing the major and minor triad. We'll do triad. We'll do major like we did before. Oh, I know what's missing. Edit buttons. I should have an edit button that allows me to change fret and root note. Okay. All right, well, bring it down anyways. Do 30 seconds. Just a quick sanity check here. Oh, the double click to enter is not working correctly. All right, so we got that there. Target, I'll just say 90. We'll say 5 BPM. Auto advance. All right, grading's missing from here. All right. Well, how many bugs do I find so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 bugs. I've had worse tests. All right, so my progression, my try. Ah! No. That might be annoying. I'm gonna have to look into that actually. And you click off of it if it does that. My triads. Try that again. And we'll do another one. Triad again. Minor, what I did before. The manual typing's not working. That didn't translate over very well. "30 seconds. 80. 90. All right. Shouldn't have done that. $14 bugs. Why did it drop it up there? I should have dropped it at the bottom. Replace a built-in. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. I see the exercises, but I'm missing a lot. Okay. You need work big time. All right, where's my pick? Let's try this out. 2, 3. Boom. Ah. Restart. 2, 3, 4. That's not grading, of course. Three, 4. Okay, well, I would have gotten some scoring results here if grading was on and working, so I made a note about that. Interesting. I showed your progressions lining up like this. That's not what I expected. Yeah, I gotta fix this view. Hit edit, then it goes to this window. But this is how it should look all the time. Well, hail. All right, I'm gonna just skip this. Got some bugs to fix, but they're not insurmountable bugs. Pretty much know what to do for all of this. I'll work on it this week. Of course, I think it was this week I was hoping to start getting it ready for App Store. Clearly, not quite there. I didn't have the time last week I wanted to work on this, but I think the light is at the end of the tunnel, and I'm liking how it's looking. There are a couple things I need to address. That modal dialogue, clicking off of it. I got to think about that one, because that could be a pain for some people. Either way, I just wanted to give a quick update. Yeah, I am working on the Windows one. It's getting pretty close. It's always that last, like, 2% of the app that just just drags out for testing and debugging. So, but I personally think this is promising. I'm going to do some research and check on some optimizations, but overall, I think the app is coming together for Windows. All right, well, quick stream. Just want to give an update, and hope some people out there are still looking forward to this.